thank you.
We have Charles Gindy, not
Yes.
Adrian Sullivan, not accurate, Charles Gindy. So tell us about that finals match, that last game.
Yeah, I kept Ponder, Mana Leak, Ratchet Bomb, 3 lands.
Okay.
Pretty standard keep, I think, because of the Ponder. Otherwise, it's just a mulligan. But I pondered into Land Geist, and
that was it.
That was it. Like, once I resolved that Geist, I knew I was going to be able to tempo him out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've been talking all day today, all day yesterday about Invisible Stalker.
Oh, man. Invisible Stalker has been so good throughout the whole tournament.
Really?
Yeah, because everybody's counting on their spot removal when there's not enough rats going around. Like, even Slag Storm, if they're Slag Storming Invisible Stalker, then you're going to resolve your Geist.
Exactly.
So it gives you another, like, Geist sort of threat. It's obviously very mediocre on offense if you don't have a sword or a pike, but
so
it gets the job done.
Which card in this deck do you always want to have in the opener? Is it Delver, is it Stalker, is it Geist?
I think you always want a Delver or a Geist.
A Delver or a Geist.
A Delver or a Geist.
Okay.
You just want one, like, good aggressive creature, because you're a tempo deck, so you just want to have that one good aggressive creature to start the game. I like having a 1-drop more than having a 3-drop, obviously. But
1/3 of the mana for a 3/2 flyer, not bad.
Yeah, real good.
All of
the
you
1 mana 4-drop.
Yeah.
Delver of Secrets.
Not bad at all. I pay 4 for Moonhair and it's unlimited.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to do it too. So if you guys out there have any questions for Gindy, tweet them in.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Now's the time.
Yeah. If you would make any changes to this deck, what would they be?
If I was gonna make any changes, I'd add a 3rd Gut Shot, just because I think maybe people are playing like more illusions type things.
Right.
But it's not good against a mirror. If this deck becomes popular, you're probably gonna want to play like Oblivion Ring's main, just
to fight the equipment.
Yeah, you gotta fight the equipment.
Right. How was Runechanter's Pike, speaking of equipment?
Runechanter's Pike was very, very good. Like, it's normally, in the early game, it's only like +2/+0, so like a Bone Splitter, but the first strike is so good because it lets your Geist live through a combat.
Right.
And yeah, it makes it so they have to have rats to actually beat you at all.
Exactly. We saw a lot of games where it would be attack with the Runechanter's Pike creature, move the equipment, they can't attack.
Yeah. It's great on offense, great on defense. It's cheap. It's cheaper than swords to cast, so it's easier to get through counter magic. I like it a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had 1 in our list until the morning of. That's why it's scratched out, and I have 2. I just decided to play a 2nd one.
Right. So, if you were to play this deck again next week, do you think you'd play the same thing, or maybe a different deck?
I tend to try to stay like up on the metagame via Magic Online.
Right.
So like, if something pops up that's obviously dominating the daily events, then I might switch. But right now, this is the deck to beat. It's 4-0ing all the dailies. Obviously, I won the Open with it.
Yeah.
And there was another one in the top 8, right?
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
You beat it in the semis, I want to say.
No, I played against the
ramp deck
in the semis. There was another blue-white Geist. I think he lost in the quarters to the white-blue humans.
That's what it was. Yeah. So, I mean, it does seem like a difficult deck to hate out. Gut Shots, Vapor Snags, none of these really deal with the hexproof creatures.
Right, yeah, it is a difficult deck to hate out. I think if you're trying to hate out this deck specifically, you want to play something like Grixis with a lot of Black Sun Zeniths.
Right.
Like Black Sun Zenith and Curse of Deathhold are 2 cards that are severely underplayed that are both very, very good in this format right now. Right.
Curse of Deathhold, we saw that one yesterday. It was just destroying. He didn't make top 8, but it was destroying.
That was the deck, a deck I wanted to play, but I just couldn't consistently resolve Curse of Deathhold. If I could, then you always win, but if you don't resolve it, then the game's so tough to actually deal with all their threats.
Right, then you're playing a black deck in Standard.
Yeah, black deck in Standard.
Oh, okay. So we had someone make a Planeswalker for you. You are Charles Gindy Planeswalker.
Charles Gindy?
Charles Gindy,
yeah.
the singular. So figured we'd show you that. The person's pretty proud of it. I like it.
Yeah,
I think it's
pretty sweet.
A little prohibitive mana cost. That's okay. So, okay, here's an interesting question. Austin Bench, what do you think was the biggest mistake you made during the Open?
The biggest mistake I made during the Open?
And don't say none.
No, there was... I mean, there's a lot of, like, obviously small mistakes,
right.
like not playing my 5th land might come into play. Like, you only have 2 cards in the hand. and I didn't play like a Seachrome Coast and I play tapped, so I can make sure I play. If I drew a Geist, I could Geist and sort it.
Okay.
To play when I was playing against a red deck, I need to make sure I have per red or whatever.
And then it got slag stormed.
Yeah, it got slag stormed.
Fair enough. You keep talking about how important Geist is to the deck. Would you consider running a 4th or maybe in the sideboard?
Yes, I would consider running a 4th. It's the thing you want to do on turn 3.
Right.
Yeah, and you want to have answers to their Geist too, because it's one of the better cards against you. So yeah, I could definitely see running a fourth Geist, and maybe even a 4th Stalker if the game, like, if you want to run a 5th equipment, or you think that people are gonna go to more Wrath of Gods and less spot removal, then play a 4th Invisible Stalker and just make their life miserable.
Exactly. Okay. Do you feel the need for the planes in the main?
That's a good question. I like the ninth white mana source, because the way you lose a lot of games is not drawing your white mana.
Right.
And that's kind of one of the reasons I even ran Merfolk Looters, to make sure that I could just hit my white mana sources. So I did like the planes, because it never like hindered me on casting like a first turn Delver or anything. And you have enough colorless mana sources, colorless spells in your deck, that planes isn't going to hurt you that bad.
That's good. So how was the Merfolk Looter for you?
Merfolk Looter was amazing.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Wow.
It's always in any of the mirror type matchups, they're gut shotting your Delver. Right. Then you just get to play this game where you have the best hand possible, and they are drawing lands sometimes.
So you have to get really unlucky to lose that game.
Basically, if you go like Delver, Merfolk Looter, and they killed your Delver, you're probably gonna win the game.
Right.
Because, like I said, you're just gonna be able to sculpt your hand, get to the point where I can get 5 lands and Geist mana leak, where they're just drawing at random most of the game.
Right. So for the people playing against this deck, do you advise killing the Looter?
I would advise killing the Looter.
Wow.
Like, if you got a gut shot and you had a choice between unflipped Delver and Merfolk Looter, I would kill Merfolk Looter.
Yeah. So does that mean that maybe there should be more Looters somewhere too?
Maybe. It's not good against ramp.
Right.
And it's pretty bad against like a blue-black control deck, where they are going to have multiple Black Sun Zeniths and stuff, and more spot removal, because it just gives them targets. But
it's definitely not a beater either.
No, it's definitely not a beater. So that's the downside. It's like your 4th and 5th Invisible Stalkers. They're not beating very hard without an equipment, but they are going to make your draws way smoother and just make the game play out way easier for you.
Cool. Very cool. So what was your final record with the deck?
11-1-1.
11-1-1. Wow.
And the only match I lost was the Tyler Wynn, who was playing this deck with 19 lands and 3 pikes and no sword or one piece.
That's an interesting addition.
Yeah, he had a lot more instants and sorceries.
Right.
You can see his list in the top 8 too.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thank you very
Charles
much.
Gindy.
Maybe I'll win the draft open, the second draft open.
There we go. We'll have you in for a second interview, maybe.
All right, man.
Congratulations.